This lesson is called long division, and essentially we're just going to use long division with polynomials now. Long division is something that we haven't seen for a long time, if ever, and this is the only time that we actually need to use it. So yeah, let's pay attention and see how we go. So I'm going to use long division to divide this by this, okay? So I'm going to use a notation that we haven't used in a very long time, and that's this. So I'm going to go x minus 4 into this guy here, x squared plus 4x minus 8, okay? Now, what I'll do is I'll show you my thinking on how to do this because it's easier than actually thinking about it. But I just want to show you something now. If I go x squared divided by x, what do I get? I can cancel out x, I get x. And that's essentially what we'll be doing, but just my thinking is different to that. But that's it, what we'll be doing. Okay, so what I need to do is divide this by this. Let's leave the minus 4 out of there for the moment. So when I divide that by that, I get x, okay, which is what I just wrote before, okay? Now, I need to do something. I'm going to go x times x. What do I get? It should be just x squared, all right? And now look at this. We're going to go x times minus 4. What's that? Minus 4x, all right? And what's really handy sometimes is just to put brackets around here and put minus, okay? What is x squared minus x squared? It's just 0. So you can write 0 down the bottom there, but I'm not because I don't want it to get too busy. And then I'm going to go, this next one is really important. What's 4x minus 4x? Well, that double negative will make a positive. So 4x minus 4x is actually 4x plus 4x, which means that this is going to be 8x, all right? Now you can bring this guy down, minus 8, all right? Now we do it again. And I've got a lot of things highlighted, so I might just clear the decks a bit here. Let's go back. So that was x minus 4, and at the top it was x, all right? Now, think, what is 8x divided by x? Well, that's just 8, okay? So let's go, and it's positive 8, so plus 8, all right? And now we do that timesing thing. 8 times x, well, that's just 8x. And then we go 8 times minus 4. Remember, we've got to times it by the constant. So that's minus 32. Now, we've got to be careful. Put brackets around it and minus. Now, one way you know that you're doing it right is if this always eliminates this, just like that eliminated that, and we get 0. And that's certainly the case with the 8x's. Now, what's minus 8 minus 32? So it's actually minus 8 plus 32. And the answer we should get is 24. Now, that's as far as we can go because what's 24 divided by x? Well, it's just going to be 24 divided by x. So we actually can't do anything with it. So this bit down the bottom is actually called the remainder. So there's a couple of ways that we can write this. We can write this like this, that x squared plus, if I can write it properly, x squared plus 4x minus 8 is equal to x minus 4, x plus 8 plus 24. All right, so they're of equal value. If you're in doubt, expand this out, and you should get this here on the left-hand side. So that's one way we can write it. And another way we can write it is this way. We go x squared plus 4x minus 8 when it's divided by x minus 4. Well, actually, we're left with just that. But we also have a remainder, so we have to go plus 24. Okay? So that's the answer to that. I'm going to do one more example, and we're going to leave it at that. All right, let's do this. Let's move quickly because I feel this video is getting out of... So we go x minus 2. And now, really, really important. Notice that this is x to the 4, x to the 3, and then we've got x to the 1. We need to put every value of x in. So I need to make note that there is 0 x to the 2. Now, you'll see this. You'll see this. So I'm just going to, when I write it down, I'm going to rub that off because I feel like it's going to be too busy. So I'm going to go 3x to the 4 minus 4x cubed. There's nothing x squared, but I need to make note of it in my working out. Plus 0x squared, because there's none of them, plus 4x minus 8. Now I'm going to do the same thing as I did with the other one. What is 3x to the 4 divided by x? Well, that's just 3x cubed, because the x just cancels out. And now I'm going to do the multiplying thing. So I'm going to go that times that, and we should always get 3x to the 4. And then I'm going to go that times that, and I get minus 6x cubed. Okay, now remember, we're going to put brackets to make note, and now there's a double negative at play here. So we've got to be really, really careful. Now, just a reminder that these two should cancel out, which they do, okay? And now let's just keep going. I'm going to start picking up the pace a bit more. So we go minus 4x cubed plus 6x cubed, and we get 2x cubed, and I'm going to bring this guy down, plus 0x squared. And now I'm going to do the same thing as before. 2x cubed divided by x, well, that is simply plus 2x squared. Now I'm going to multiply this by this, and that we get 2x cubed, which is really good. That's what I want. And then I've got minus 4x squared, which is really good because I've got squared and squared. So let's keep going. Remember, I have to put brackets and a negative there. So that's going to be 0. That's awesome. The double negative makes it a positive, so it's 4x squared. Bring this guy down, plus 4x. All right. Now, what is that divided by that? Well, that's just, looks like it's just going to be plus 4x. All right. Now I'm going to multiply through 4x squared. Now multiply that with the constant. So that's minus 8x. Remember to put the brackets in. That eliminates that, and we're going to get 4 plus 8, so we get 12x. I'm going to run out of room here. That's minus 8. So 12x divided by x, well, that's just plus 12. Now we're going to multiply through. I'm going to write it tiny so we can fit it in. And then 12 times minus 2 is minus 24. So we get a remainder of, well, just remember to put the brackets and the minus there, and we have a remainder of 16. Okay? So that's our remainder here down the bottom. Now, I'm just going to write it in the ways that we wrote it before. So I'm going to go 3x to the 4 minus 4x cubed. Now, I don't need to put this bit in here. So 4x minus 8 is equal to x minus 2 times. Now, what I'll do is I'm going to give myself more space. So I'm going to go x minus 2, and then I'm going to put everything in the brackets. 3x cubed, so I'm looking at this bit here, plus 2x squared plus 4x plus 12 plus our remainder, plus 16, okay? So that is equal to that, or we could write it like this, 3x to the 4 minus 4x cubed plus 4x minus 8 over x minus 2 is equal to the top bit, 3x cubed plus 2x squared plus 4x plus 12 plus 16 over x minus 2. Okay. Now, I feel like I didn't do that in the other one. It's not plus 24, it's over x minus 4. Because what happens is that we've actually divided through in this notation here already. Anyway, I feel like the video has been way too long. Hopefully there's questions. Peace out.